just go ahead and start announcing for our first speaker. It's going to be David Makela, and his evaluator is going to be Kevin Allen. I'd like to introduce David Makela from their
evaluator first.
Yes, have Kevin say the...
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I move forward too quick?
That's right.
Yeah.
So, my name is Kevin Allen. I'll be evaluating David Makela this evening. His speech is entitled To Ding or Not to Ding. And the purpose of the speech is a 13 to 15 minute speech, so it's a bit longer than our standard length of speeches. The purpose of the speech is to work towards a group consensus. And you'll notice that there is a sheet here on your table. This will be the topic of discussion, or rather the format of the topic of discussion, to work through all of these various thinking hacks and to discuss how they apply to the subject matter, to ding or not to ding. David has asked me to evaluate his process towards consensus as a group, as we're looking at all of you and seeing how you react and develop that consensus in the exchange that you will have with the speaker tonight. A well-facilitated discussion about the topic will be, of course, present because of the length of the speech, and he should give contest for each of you to offer your thoughts as well.
So our first speaker is David Makela from the... Oh, I'm sorry. Now, please welcome our first speaker, David Makela, who is delivering a speech from Effective Coaching Pathways. His speech is titled, To Ding or Not to Ding, and David is a special ops business specialist. He's hired to go on missions into business to resolve conflict and develop people-centric leaders. Today, David will go on a mission into Toastmasters at Laguna Beach and prevent a conflict from happening and reach a consensus. I'm excited to hear this.
To ding or not to ding? The ding can be your best friend, or it can be your worst enemy. Last year, we had a conflict over the bell. This conflict created tension for the president so much that he had to ask the members to leave because of the bell. Tonight, my goal is to discuss the bell. Should it be used? Should it not be used? We have a president who has created this vision of a tribe of transformation. We're like a family, as I heard tonight. But most businesses, most organizations, most families, most Toastmasters are dysfunctional. We are a family, but we're dysfunctional. Patrick Lencioni, one of the top leadership and business experts, in his book, The 5 Dysfunctions of the Team. Anybody read this book? He talks about how every team and organization is dysfunctional. Starting at the bottom, if there's an absence of trust, then there's a fear of conflict. If there's a fear of conflict, there is a lack of commitment. If there's a lack of commitment, there's an avoidance of accountability. And if there's avoidance of accountability, there's inattention to results. Last year, we had a solid team. We had trust. Therefore, the conflict was resolved. With a few tears, an unhappy member, but for the greater good of the club. This club, I believe, is a functional club. We have trust that our president has established. We have, I believe, no fear of conflict. We'll have some conflict today. We're We're going to enter into some conflict. I'm going to draw it out of you. It's okay. Then there is not a lack of commitment, but there is an extreme amount of commitment in this club. There is accountability, and there is attention to results. So what we're going to do, we're going to reach a consensus to ding or not to ding, to use the bell or not to use the bell. And for some of our guests, the bell is used to keep track of your ahs, ums, and so's. And on one hand, you have a group of people who think it's distracting, that it disrupts the thoughts, not only for the speakers, but for the audience. The other hand, other group believes that the bell adds thinking on your feet quickly, to be able to know that there will always be disruptions or distractions when you're speaking. So therefore, get used to it here in the club. So tonight we're going to weigh the options between the two. We're going to talk about the pros and the cons of each, and we're going to use something called the 6 thinking hats. Is anyone familiar with the 6 thinking hats? The 6 thinking hats is a creative way of thinking, a focused way of thinking to get you to move to a decision and a conclusion based on different styles of speaking and thinking. And I'm going to take us through that. This is a full day workshop, but I'm going to attempt to do it in a very short time. So we're going to start with the first hat, the blue hat. You can pull out your flyer here, and the blue hat is for me to wear. I am wearing a metaphorical blue hat. I'm going to manage the thinking, I'm going to control the conversation, and I'm going to help organize our thinking. I'm going to set the focus and an agenda, and summarize and conclude to get us to a consensus of should we use the bell or should we not use the bell. Make sense? Okay.
Yes.
Next, we're going to start with the red hat. Now, remember, we're going to talk about should we use the bell or should we not use the bell. When we look at the red hat is going to, actually, I'm going to start with the white hat. Excuse me, got to start with the white hat first. The white hat is informational. We're going to talk about the bell. We're going to talk about what we know about the bell. Nothing else. We're just going to look at what do we know about the bell. So I'm going to ask you guys to start throwing out facts about the bell. What do we know? It's loud. Okay. What else?
Silver.
It's silver. Great. What else?
Recognizable.
Recognizable.
People are scared.
Say that again.
People are scared of it.
That's a feeling. We don't. Not everybody's scared of it. That's not a fact.
Some people are scared of it.
Some people are. There you go. That's focused thinking. Some people are. Is anybody? I'm gonna challenge you on that thought and see. Is anybody afraid of the bell? Okay. Perfect. Okay. What else?
Warning two.
Pardon me?
Warning two.
A warning?
Two.
A warning tool. Absolutely is a warning tool.
Makes me think of time, but then would be, I mean, that's not necessarily a personal perception, but oftentimes bells are perceived in time, not necessarily.
Okay, put it in the context of here. Is it being used for time in this context?
No.
No. Okay. So only white thinking facts. That has to be factual.
It can be distracting.
It can be distracting. Does anybody think that the bell can be distracting? Okay. Okay, I have an opinion of where we're going to land, but I'm going to hold on to that. Can be distracting.
It's a trigger.
It's a trigger. Okay, these are all facts, information only. So we just gather the facts around the bell. Now we get to go into the red hat. This is permission to start expressing your feelings about it. How does it make us feel? Do we love it? Do we not love it? Okay, so let's start talking about the emotions of the bell. How does it make us feel?
Off kilter.
Off kilter.
Stressed.
Anxiety.
Stress. Anxiety.
Grabs your attention. Grabs your attention.
Grabs your attention. Is that an emotion? How does it make you feel? Attentive.
Indifferent.
Irritated.
Irritated. comprehensive.
I want to, David, I want you to go back to the white hat and add something. I hate to say it, but the bell works. It cuts
Well,
down-
that's not a fact. That's not a fact, because for some people, as you know, the member that was not here, is not here, did not work for him. So I'm pushing back and saying, that's not a fact. That's a feeling.
Put it under another hat.
I'm gonna put it on emotions.
Could you say it worked for some people?
It's
For some people.
Instructive.
You okay with that, Mike?
Okay, what?
That it works for some people? Doesn't work for all people, that's not a fact, but it does work for some people, is a fact.
Yes.
That is agreement right there.
Did you want an editorial comment on
No.
that?
Some.
Can we stay on black for a second? It also is used differently by different members.
You guys are a lot of factual thinkers. I want to move to emotions. Okay, so, I'm sorry, say that one more time.
It is used differently by different.
Okay, yes, a variety of uses.
It's very divisive. In the group.
That is a fact, based on what happened last year. Okay, I need to move on, because I don't have enough time. One last time. It's polarizing. Is that a fact?
Yes, because it definitely divides, you find the group, it divides the group. There are people who love it, some that say,
Okay, let's move on to the emotions. I thought there would be more emotional people in this room, but we have a bunch of factual people. It's telling us a lot about this group. So pay attention to this, because this is going to help us to understand each other even more.
After a while, it could make you feel apathetic.
How so?
Like, if you get dinged too many times, you can just be like, forget it, I'm not gonna be able to uphill this, so I'm just gonna do the small anyway.
Good.
How about empathetic?
Empathetic.
for the person who's getting dinged.
It's cringy and emotional.
Feelings, intuition.
He's cringing and
Anyone else?
emotion.
Before we move on, one more.
Okay, this isn't directly available, but if you look at the op sheets over a long period of time for yourself, you can see improvement. It makes you feel like you're doing better.
Love that. On the positive side, you see improvement. It makes you feel better. That's the emotion. Usually, yeah. Over time, I feel good about the improvement.
It's not individual use of that time afterward that it's kind of
Yeah. Now we're going to move to black. This is the logical negative. So all of you negative thinkers, not just negative, this is critical thinker. That's the wrong way. It's a critical thinking. What doesn't work about the bell? What are the main reasons behind it? Why doesn't it work?
You can use the most vulnerable members that might need the training the most because of its disencouraging effects.
Members who are discouraged. Okay, what else?
You lose momentum in the speech. Happens.
Some people, right? Not all people, some people.
Okay.
A lot of really successful people say ahs and ums all the time. So maybe too much significance is put on ahs and ums.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's absolutely
Very good.
I'll be here all night.
What is the alternative that is successful in this way? I mean, the negative would be what else would you do? I guess. In absence of it, how could we still eliminate these four words in speech?
I'm gonna put that under the green hat as a way to do ideas, possibilities. But I like that, so hold on to that. Again, the negative, logical reasons for why the hat doesn't work.
Going with what Dave said, a little bit of ahs and ums makes for a more authentic conversation, which engages the audience. Whereas if you completely take away ahs and ums, it makes it very fake and feels like you're putting on a mask. And like the speech or whatever you're doing is not as impactful.
Am I hearing you say that if you're trying to stay away from the ahs and ums, to Dane's point, a lot of people use ahs and ums, that could come across as being inauthentic? Is that what you're
Yeah.
saying? Okay.
Now, Harmony just made an incredibly important point here. Okay? I mean, to tell the truth, ahs and ums are a normal and an incredibly important part of conversation. Okay? When you're up there, you're not having a conversation. You are giving a presentation. That's why we try to eliminate the ahs and ums. If you're up there giving the ahs and